With its mix of modern and vintage materials, this space is a fresh take on minimalism.
It's a design style anchored in simplicity. Texture, natural colors, and clean lines are key.
We've found two couples, both making fresh starts, who are willing to see how minimalism fits their lifestyle.
Now, they only have 3 days and 10% of this $50,000 budget to see who can make the best design match.
One high-end designer room
2 homeowners trying to match it.
with only 1/10 the original budget.
The designer of the model room will judge which couple comes out on top.
And gets to keep a prized piece from the designer room for making the best design match.
This thoughtfully balanced space is the unmistakable work of designer Ian Cox.
It's a sense of comfort when you walk into the space. To achieve that atmosphere in the space, we had to focus on clean lines. We had to balance textures and materials, and just try not to make the space look too cluttered. I'll be looking for definitely balance. I want to feel comfortable in the space as soon as I walk into the space.
Ian, what a room. Incredibly simple, and yet incredibly dramatic. You know, these gorgeous aesthetic lines, but everything is comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at this chair, some people might go, oh my God, ropes and fur and no, but sit in it, it's incredibly comfortable.
There's still a tremendous amount of warmth, though, and most people associate minimalists with very cold and sterile.
That vintage riddling rack, it's a champagne riddling rack from the south of France. It's very warm, and it warms up the aluminum.
Well, I also find that the floor and then the choice of the woods then starts to pull out all these wonderful warm tones in your paintings.
Basically, the colors themselves from the paintings help balance the space as well.
And this particular artist has a foot fetish, huh?
Oh, he does, yeah. He actually stands on his paintings while he goes at them, so...
But what would you say are key elements for a room like this?
Try to balance everything from the lines, the texture, the colors.
Very clear and simple principles, not always easy
To execute. Rowan, Carol, and baby Chloe are new to the city. Carol's a former figure skater whose hobby is interior decorating. They're big fans of minimalist design, so they should love the model room they'll have to match.
I think that this look could work really well.
If there's anything in the room that you either have, love, want,
Have the Flickati rug, which is fantastic.
that's a huge advantage over the other team.
The credenza would be fantastic. We have a 2-year-old and her toys are all over the room.
Oh, the early childhood decorating syndrome.
Yes.
I love the design here, low and functional, just sort of clean. That's what we've been trying to shoot for, really.
Really, yeah. We're not doing a very good job of it, but
So the room's a perfect match for you then?
I think so, yeah, absolutely.
aesthetically,
Excellent.
yes.
Excellent. What do you think about the texture on the walls?
Don't think we'd want to texture our walls. We may not be in our house for a really long time, and I think that that would be a hindrance if we went to resell it.
It's a permanent decision, like you can't take it back, but there are lots of ways we could incorporate a texture like this.
That would be
and keep it
fantastic.
interesting.
This is a great opportunity to have fun with this experiment and try and really follow someone else's principles through our home and end up with a good end result.
And win.
Ian and Carol Ann have moved into their first home together. Ian is an art director and Carol Ann works in television.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to our model room.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Eh?
So, is it everything you imagined?
Yeah, I think so.
It's modern.
Yeah, it feels a little bit warmer too than what I thought would be. You have the old versus the new, like the vintage versus the modern, which is really interesting.
And that's a very big key here. It is a modern room, but there's something vintage. I think what we're looking for is good, clean design.
It's comfortable.
I know, and that's the thing. I think that's what we have to work towards, is choosing pieces that are beautiful, practical, but comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, let's get creative.
We're gonna win. I wanna win.
Absolutely.
We're gonna win.
All right.
The winner of this design match will receive not 1, not 2, but all 3 of these pieces.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It is set up this way within this room, but having 3 pieces allows us to be very creative as to how we use them. I think it's time at least for us to go off so I can see your place. Obviously, you've got a carpet already. You guys can hang out here, but Mighty, come on!
First stop, Carol and Rowan's house to check out their space.
Hello there.
Hello. Wow. I haven't seen a place this eclectic in a long time. You've got chinoiserie meets shagadelic meets bachelor pad meets Versailles.
Versailles, yeah.
Wow. You know, keeping it spare and minimal could be a challenge in here.
Wow. Space. Like we have space. This is good. I mean, I'm already getting a bunch of ideas.
I had a few ideas.
Okay.
We stayed up all night, actually.
Okay. Well, I like that. This is Ian's coffee table. Our carpenter Jamie can build that for you.
Is that a lamp?
Yes, coconut shells.
That's just cool. He'd love that.
It's a great
I know
piece.
It has nothing to do with his room, but you gotta love that.
Yeah.
Now, what's the deal with this? Does this come off?
We refer to it as the hot dog.
You know, I do like the fact that this is your focal wall. And I just love that when you walk in, by taking this off, it does that open
Right.
feel. And we could leave this here like that and do something over there.
The dining room.
Yeah.
Where do we start? Here?
Wallpaper? Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, I hate it.
It's gotta go.
Ah, thank God.
Gotta go.
Those chairs are by far some of the most stunning dining room chairs I've ever seen.
Great.
They're beautiful.
Very comfortable.
It's going to be a challenge, but I don't think something that beautiful should be removed from the room.
You know, the big thing we're lacking still is texture.
Well, what if we textured a painting, like we did a canvas that had texture, and then we hung that on the wall as kind of a, you know, a token of what was on the wall in the loft?
I'd like to see it more than a token, because we got a lot of wall space here.
So what about a huge canvas then? Or a few?
I like the idea of a few. Let's start moving furniture.
All right.
In addition to stripping wallpaper, Ian and Carol Ann will have to paint 2 rooms, finish a coffee table and a fireplace surround, buy furniture and blinds, and create original art. Whoa, I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
We should probably get to clearing this room out.
Okay.
Let's get this mishmash out of here. Carol and Rowan don't have to paint, but they'll be pretty busy buying furniture, staining the credenza, and creating original art.
Coming up, before creating a new room, it's off with the old.
Mine's not coming off like yours did. I think I wrecked it by steaming it.
It's day 2, and our couples have formulated their plans for matching this $50,000 room for 10% of the budget.
Do you have any idea how to do this?
Do what?
Take the wallpaper off.
Oh my gosh. I hear that we need soapy water and a
You heard that.
squeegee. Except I can't reach. Hey, works.
It's doing something.
Right on then.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Check this out.
Oh my God.
Right on.
Mine's not coming off like yours did. I think I wrecked it by steaming it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
then
think
leave
I
it.
re-wallpapered.
Let's trash the wallpaper steamer.
Carol and Rowan are using their day with design match carpenter Jamie to build a match for the credenza in the model room.
So, I'm just working on the doors, which is kind of the final step to it.
That's terrific. I love it.
This does not look like it came off easily.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Are you really?
Well, I'm glad because it makes such a huge difference. Ian and Carol Ann are falling behind. They still have to paint 2 rooms. You know what? I hate to take you away from this, but if we don't do some shopping now, we won't have any furniture.
Yeah.
So why don't I meet you up front?
Okay.
All right.
Okay?
Time's the one thing we don't have.
We gotta call our friends to come over and do this while we're gone.
No one has friends that good.
Lots of modern furniture here. I mean, I'm sure we'll find some of our elements.
Right. What about this table?
It isn't the same, but I like the shape so much.
The glass sort of gives the illusion of open space as well, because you can see through it and around it.
And I must say,
Price is right.
$2.99, very good price.
Yeah.
Very good price.
Carol and Rowan are taking a big chance by shopping for a dining room table to match their chairs instead of the furniture in the model room.
My only hesitancy with this particular table is that the color of the wood is a little different.
It's definitely not the same as our chairs, that's for sure, that we were going to use.
Yeah, and if the woods aren't going to match, it's going to just make it too many different things going on in one location.
Yeah, create that visual clutter.
Yeah, exactly, which he doesn't want.
As we're about to leave, we spot a table that might be a better match.
I think that's great.
That's much better than the other one.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that'll work
Terrific.
for you. Let's go.
Okay.
Jamie has already built the coffee table for Ian and Carol Ann.
Hey, Jamie.
Wow, check that out. All that in a day?
All that and the fireplace,
Oh my God, that's right.
which I haven't got around to sanding or filling this.
Okay.
So now that will fall onto your shoulders.
Ian and Carol Ann are running almost a day behind schedule.
So,
That looks good.
why don't you start on the fireplace round?
To make up time, they decide to work on 2 projects at once. But cutting corners can be costly.
I think that's good. Did I mess up your table?
Yep.
I did?
Yep.
For real?
Has to be resanded, yeah. Tons of old dust things on it.
Well, you could have stopped me.
I know. Well, you can just see that like it's got some dust on it. So I'm gonna have to resand it and redo it. And the cat was on the table this morning when I came down. She's wrecked it also.
Here's the culprit.
She's the culprit. She was on this table last night after it had first coat. Yes.
Carol has never painted a picture before, but with the help of a color guide, she's determined to match the landscape in the model room.
My painting's turning out to look funny.
Looks pretty good to me. Better than I could do, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, at Ian and Carol Ann's, it's painting of a different kind.
I don't think wall painting skills are gonna decide it. Because I'm pretty sure Rowan and Carol probably pretty well painted place too.
They seem like a tough couple to beat. But I think we're gonna win.
Coming up, designer Ian Cox judges our homeowner's handiwork and decides who will win the prize vignette.
It's day 3. Our 2 couples have been hard at work trying to match this $50,000 room for 10% of the budget.
After giving up on her landscape painting, Carol decides to try a simpler image to match the texture on the walls of the model room. Since she doesn't want to texture her own walls, she's come up with a portable solution.
Well, I'm not loving how the texture is coming out. So I'm just gonna go back to the baggy method that I used last night.
Put one right
Daughter Chloe
there.
lends a helping hand.
Yes. Put it in there. Oh, smush them in there. Smush.
Goop. Ha, said goopy.
Ian has also created textured paintings, matching the feel and color palette of the model room. That looks amazing. Amazing. When did you find time to do this?
Well, I started 3 canvases last night and waited for them to dry, and in the morning finished them up.
So what's going on here? What happened to the hot dog?
It's like changing plans. As things started to come into the room here, it just became apparent to us that it probably was not going to work.
How much did you spend? Like, are we okay with budget?
Yeah, great actually. We did, a little vintage shopping and that was $1,200.
Well, I'm thinking pretty much everything's here. We just have to arrange it. So
Okay.
get busy.
All right.
Alrighty.
By using their own dining room chairs, creating the textured canvases themselves, and getting some great vintage store bargains, Carol and Rowan managed to come in way under budget at $3,800.
Here is part of our prize. Do you guys want to put it up? I want it right here. No, there's 2 more pieces, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
All that's left is to incorporate the 3 prize pieces.
Where the heck did this come from?
I found that on my friend's roof.
You found a Bertoya chair on somebody's roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. It just looked like the picture you showed me. So I'm like, I think that's the chair.
And here's our table. That's just great. I think the chairs are a good proportion, too. Ian and Carol Ann lost sleep but saved money by optimizing their creative talents. They got some great deals on furniture and came in under budget at $4,405. Okay, guys, what do you think?
Looks great.
I think we're ready.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Feel like it's your room?
Definitely.
Time for guest designer Ian Cox to judge how well the couples have matched his $50,000 room.
Welcome.
Carol Ann?
Hi there.
Ian?
Nice to meet
This
you.
is Ian.
Hey, Ian. I see somebody was busy making a mahogany. Is this veneer?
I loved this table when I saw it.
Yeah, it looks
and,
very familiar.
yeah.
The dimensions and the stain.
And the straight lines and the solidity of it.
Well, you still need to put some more time in it. Like the inside of the table should be stained. You want to
Yeah.
be very consistent. You don't
Right.
always want your veneers to look like solid wood. I see that there's a lot of new artwork in the room.
Well, we wanted to play off the theme of texture on the walls in your space. So it's definitely got a lot of texture.
This isn't canvas, is it?
It's insulation foam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's $5 a sheet.
Resourceful.
Yeah, I got 2 sheets, cut it down, and just put some molding paste on it, let that dry, and I don't know, there's a couple handprints in there.
This looks like it was recently installed.
Well, we had to hide a very traditional fireplace surround made out of wood with some reliefs on it, very ornate reliefs. And again, keeping with the clean lines.
Well, here's some familiar pieces. I love the riddling rack. It looks very old and vintage. Yeah, it's great.
We actually made it. The pieces are imported from the local hardware store. And we distressed them.
That's what a hammer is for, right?
Yeah,
Hammer.
it was fun.
Oh,
That was
it
a
was
good
great, great
good
stress reliever.
release.
Can I just tell you one more thing?
Of course.
This was what was up on the walls.
This?
This was what took us 7 hours.
Oh my goodness, you poor thing. 7 hours to take this stuff down?
Yep.
Well, you know the rules. If I come back, you won the prize. But if I don't come back, the prize is leaving. And but I still think you did a fantastic job. You know,
Thank
either
you.
way.
Come on in.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Carol and Rowan.
Hi, Ian. Nice to meet you.
Well, the man we've been talking so much about.
We were able to use a lot of, quite a few things that we had, such as the rug and the chairs we really liked. We think the table sort of blends all the woods together, some of the darker elements here and the lightness of the floor, so it all came together.
The coconut lamp was ours, and we just love the kind of texture and pieces of it. The personal touch that we really tried to do, the texturing that you had on the walls, we didn't want to texture our walls. So we did this on the canvases, but we did also kind of personalize it. These are Chloe's footprints, and we have some handprints.
I think you balanced the different shades great, from the dark concrete up to the light ceiling. It's
This is the console that we had Jamie, the carpenter, make for us.
Are those chairs that you're planning on keeping? These are the chairs that you want to basically focus the whole dinette on?
Yeah, yeah. They work with the blue, and they work with all the other pieces. And
Well, you accented them with, I can see, with the throw on the sofa.
throw. We tried to kind of bring that color over here just enough that it...
So they don't look like 2 completely separate spaces in one open concept room.
Right.
I see everything gels very well. It's just try not to over-accessorize things. I
Right.
see the sheepskin throw. It works on the flag halyard chair because there's rope and stainless steel frame, and you want to put the sheepskin throw on it for comfort. But if that chair doesn't have it,
Okay.
why would this chair need it?
Okay.
You know, it kind of throws off the balance of the space a
Okay.
little bit.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Okay.
I am nervous.
A little bit nerve-wracking.
Coming up next, guest designer Ian Cox decides which couple has made the best design match.
Guest designer Ian Cox has seen both our couple's attempts to match his $50,000 room and is ready with his decision.
So you look nervous again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am nervous.
a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Win or lose.
Win or lose.
But you want to win.
I definitely want to win.
Well, the hold-up is, what happened to Ian?
That's very polite of you. I was thinking more, where the hell is he?
What the hell's going on here?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It was a very difficult decision to come to. My first impression of Carolyn and Rowan's space was a sense of comfort. I felt warm when I walked into this space. Although the other space had, excellent elements, for some reason, I just felt cold. I didn't feel like I wanted to stay in that space for a long period of time. It comes down to atmosphere, and atmosphere is all about achieving a sense of comfort, and this space had that.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Yeah,
much.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
2 more beautiful rooms and another great design match.